Rogue Company hasn't seen any new characters come into the game since June, whenever Juke was introduced into the game. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 3 ideas I have for new rogues that could be added into the game. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think of these character ideas. Starting off with the first rogue, I'd like to introduce Mariva. Her name means Dream of Heaven in Tahiti, which is where she is from. She is a sniper rogue who plays stealthily and silently. She has a 5 speed and a 1 toughness, which would allow for her to be able to get around quickly, however, taking damage a bit easier. Her secondary class would be SMG, so whenever she gets close to her enemies, she can use that. And her gadgets would be a cluster smoke and a reflector. The reflector can be used whenever she pulls off a flank on the enemy and wants to send them off the map or into their teammates' view. Her cluster smoke would be super helpful to combine with her ultimate, which is called teleport. This will allow for her to teleport to a location she is looking at within the range of 25 meters. She would be briefly unable to pull out her weapon after hitting this teleport, which would allow for it to be more balanced. Her passive is called Silent Killer. Whenever she downs a player, her footsteps become silent for a short duration of time. This will allow for her to either get away from a fight or even get better positioning without being heard. Her perks would consist of Blue Bounce Back, Evade, and Gadgeteer. Bounce Back and Evade will allow for her to have better survivability, and Gadgeteer will allow for her smoke grenades to come back quicker, which would suit for her passive and her ability. For purple perks, she would have Life Drain, Nimble Hands, and Helping Hands. Nimble Hands and Life Drain will allow for her to quickly reset for fights, and Helping Hands would fit her because she is a team player type of rogue. And for her legendary perks, she would have Crack Shot and Energizer. Crack Shot will allow for her snipes to do more damage to characters with armor. Energizer so she can get her teleport ability back as soon as possible for max potential of mobility. On to the second rogue, we have Vendetta. His name means vengeance, so he is out to kill. He is a very aggressive rogue, and I want him to be in the same category of characters as Anvil and Trench by also being a beefy character. He would have a 2 speed and a 4 toughness. His primary class would be assault rifles, and his secondary class would be an LMG. His gadgets would consist of a grenade and a trophy system. As you've seen before, there is a grenade launcher that has been leaked, and I made this character based with that weapon as his ultimate. His passive would be whenever he downs a player, the player bleeds out 20% quicker. So if he kills someone from a longer range, he wouldn't have to attempt to finish them off. They will bleed out a bit quicker. For his perks, he would have Blue Blaster, Stalker, and Berserker. Stalker will allow him to aim his grenade launcher while having not as much movement deduction, and Blaster will allow for his grenades to do more damage. His purple perks would be Bounce Back, Bulletproof, and Replenish. Bulletproof to add to his beefiness, and Replenish so if he kills an enemy with his LMG, he wouldn't have to take time to reload it. And for his gold perks, he would have Armor and Tenacity, which would add to his beefiness. And lastly, the third rogue, we have Althea. Her name means healing power, so you can probably guess she is a medic character. Her primary class would be an assault rifle, and her secondary class would be a shotgun. For her gadgets, she would have a regeneration field and an impact grenade. We haven't seen the regeneration field in the game besides the battle zone game mode, and I feel like this would be the perfect rogue to bring into the base game. For her ultimate, she would have a stim gun. This gun comes with 2 shots and will allow for her to shoot 2 of her down teammates and use her hands to pick up a 3rd teammate all at once. However, this would be a super long cooldown, and she has the slowest revive out of the other medics, Saint and Dahlia. And for this ultimate, you have to actually aim and shoot your teammates, so you can't just press your ability button and revive the teammate like Dahlia and Saint can. And you also have the potential to miss the shot on your own teammate, which would waste an ultimate shot. Her passive would be after reviving a teammate, you would both get a slight speed buff for a short duration of time, which would allow for them to retreat and prepare for the next fight. For her perks, she would have Blue Berserker, Gadgeteer, and Gunsmith. Gadgeteer will allow for her to get her regeneration fields back slightly quicker to improve her healing potential. Her purple perks would consist of Shredder Rounds, Energizer, and Helping Hands. Energizer so she can decrease the cooldown on her stim guns, and Helping Hands so she can revive her teammates quicker. And lastly, for her legendary perks, she would have Bounce Back and Stalker. What do you think of these 3 rogues? Are they good ideas? Are they bad ideas? Any changes you'd make? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. Love you all, and I'll see y'all later.